Welcome to my presentation for Starbucks Porter for Integrated Marketing Communication from Southern New Hampshire University, Dr. Alfred's class. With the intersection of coffee and beer becoming more of a dominant force in craft brewing, this would be an ideal marketplace for Starbucks to be in. The values of the culture, the warm culture they've created, will go a long way to challenging the status quo. Also help the company find a new direction in which to go. Starbucks Porter is a porter style craft beer. It's going to be manufactured with a horizontal market partnership with Anheuser-Busch. Starbucks' current target market is affluent and high income earners who make on average $90,000 a year. They also target middle income neighborhoods where people do not have such high incomes, but they do have disposable or discretionary income. Busy people, early adopters, healthy professionals, and those who are socially conscious and adaptable to change are also part of their target market. There have been some changes in the craft beer market as of recent. 40% of legal drinking age population is now a craft beer drinker. This population of drinking age adults has been growing, and will add around 4 to 5 million new craft drinkers a year for the foreseeable future. Some of our overlap in target is really the growing overall population. Certainly millennials, they make up 57% of the category for craft beer on a weekly consumption basis. Also women who do drink beer weekly, they're just as likely as men to choose craft beer. Regardless of gender, close to 45% of beer lovers are craft beer lovers. In determining our brand strategy, we need to find ways to identify with our customer base. One of the ways that we can accomplish this is by being a storyteller. It is important that we find a way to convey what our new product is and find ways to connect with our target audience of affluent people, millennials, and women beer drinkers. Companies use high-profile venues for brand storytelling. We need to craft a message that comes explicitly from our brand itself. This will be essential for our brand story. However, we need to keep in mind that these will not only be messages that will contribute to our identity, but also our partnerships brand as well. So really, our domestic strategy goals are simple: find craft beer drinkers and find people with discretionary income that are willing to spend it on premium drinks. Our mediums of communication will really have a couple prong method. Really, we'll have internal communications going out first, training, engagement, emails to employees throughout our value chain, empowering our people to share and discuss Starbucks Porter within the hours of work and within their own reference groups even after work. Basically, we'll create content and share that closer and closer to launch, which is something they can pass along as well to their friends and on their personal social media. Moving outwards, in a coordinated effort, our communication will be through our website content, where it will be created and shared. This will go through our social media, including YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and LinkedIn. We'll also have a coordinated email campaign that goes out, followed by, we certainly want our print media to still participate in that. It's hard to say, hard to call it an integrated marketing plan if you don't have some kind of print. Plus, different demographics like the tangibility of ads in their magazines as they read. Our other prong will be a targeted direct mail program. This will be limited to established customers, however, and that's followed by radio and streaming services ads, and of course our partnership integration with Anheuser-Busch's Salesforce. They'll be out on the ground selling their portfolio as well, and this is going to be something they can certainly add to their portfolio of products they sell. Internationally, the two foreign markets we selected are Brazil and Australia. They're two vastly different countries located in different parts of the world. Brazil is the largest country by area in the world. They're the second most populous in America behind the Americas behind the United States. The population is largely middle class and based in urban environments. This creates constant demand for new goods and services, and also they are incredibly large and tech savvy customer base. At Starbucks, we're currently operating 113 stores in 17 cities across the states of Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. 98% of Brazilian households do drink coffee, and beer consumption accounts for 61% of total consumption of alcohol within the country. Brazil is pretty much an unregulated market as far as we can tell. We don't need any special licensing to sell our products within our stores. However, with our rules and regulations as far as advertising, we must not market to children. We must not sexualize advertising. There is no Olympic sport advertising. We cannot promote dangerous situations. And running our radio and television ads is prohibited between 6 a.m. and 9:30. Our strategy for Brazil is simply find craft beer drinkers. And we also want to find people with discretionary income who are willing to spend on premium drinks, including our Starbucks Porter. Moving on to our Australian market, we find that Australia is the fifth freest on Heritage Foundation's Economic Freedom Index. They're the fourth among 43 countries in the Asia Pacific region. They're open to foreign competition, and they do have a skilled workforce readily available. We did have some trouble launching. We launched our first Starbucks store in 2000. We built 81 stores up by 2008. However, we experienced a slower growth rate compared to similar sized markets. By 2008, our company, we closed 61 of our stores while cutting 700 jobs. Craft beer is a certainly growing trend in Australia. Half of all purchases made by Australian beer drinkers are craft beers. Our strategy is simple, just like our other markets. We want to find craft beer drinkers, and we want to find people who have discretionary income and are willing to spend it on premium drinks, including our Starbucks Porter. In wrapping up our presentation today, there's a few key points we'd like to remember. First, we want to create an integrated marketing approach to unify a seamless experience for our customers to interact with our brand. Secondly, we want to ensure that all messages and communication strategies are consistent across all channels and are centered on our customers. Lastly, it is important that we work laterally with our partnership with Anheuser-Busch while increasing our joint brand equities together. We have to keep in mind this is a partnership and we need clear communication between both parties as well as the public. One of the most important things we need to remember is if you don't like your results, examine your distribution matrix. Maybe the problem lies within your service model. If all departments are not integrated properly and you have poor upward, downward, and horizontal communication within your organization, problems will present themselves. Through competitive intelligence and active listening to your personnel and your customer base, you should be able to find solutions. Simply put, reprogram your matrix for the intended results.